So, hey and good morning. It's morning here in Spain, and the air is cold in December, but then, a couple of hours goes by and it can be 25, 30 degrees in the sun. But I was just thinking about one thing that struck me, because for many years I was searching for the one way to live, the where should you live, right? Every time I was on a vacation, I was like, oh, if I could live here just all the time, just walk around and do the things I do now. But chances are I would get pretty bored. And, I like being home. And it's like, the perfect work situation, doing what one thing do I like to do? That search for the one solution, the one thing that will fulfill you. And really what appeared to me a couple of years ago was the fact that everything becomes better when it's not all the time. And it's in your relationships, I once lived with my best friend in an apartment because that's what, we could do at the time. And even with my best friend, we started nagging at each other after a couple of weeks, right? Because we were just together all the time. And he said to me, well, I think even though if I was living with God himself, I would still be annoyed. And I think that's very true. Also, when you are on a vacation, that is so cool because you're not on a vacation all the time. And looking for the perfect mix is really the thing now for me, because Spain gets even better when I'm not here all the time, and home gets better when I'm not there all the time. And for instance, we make, I think, somewhat of a mistake of trading security and emotional certainty in our romantic relationships where we're together all the time, but we trade the certainty and the security of being together all the time for the spark that we could have if we weren't together all the time. Just imagine being away from each other for like 2 weeks, right? That's going to create a little bit of a spark or a newness to the relationship. It's that simple. But because, we need to have a home that's working, then, but there are other ways, and you might want to look for those, to say, okay, what do I enjoy the most? And could I, instead of eating the same dish 3 times a day, all year, for years, could I then make that dish even better if I ate something else, at least in the beginning, sometimes, right? And that's not a direct analogy for your romantic relationship, don't get me wrong, but being away from something really increases the pleasure you get. And the cool thing is that if you have 2 great things, like say two main places of living, you don't necessarily have to have another home, but you can make stuff happen for a small amount of money if you're smart. But if you have 2 great things and you can go back and forth between them, then those 2 great things become so much better. Or you can just be away from. You can be alone and you can be together, alone together. That increases the value of your alone time, so you can enjoy it fully, and it increases the relationship. Just a thought, right? And whatever you do with that and however you convert that to something meaningful, it's up to you. So leave a comment if you got any thoughts on this. Please give me some feedback here so I can create some new videos, and then don't forget to subscribe, and then I'll see you in the next video.